Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and I gotta tell you, I love life. But when I'm not being a husband, a father, a grandfather, an author, or a practicing chiropractor, I'm the host of the television show Loving Life with Dr. Tim Weir. I love to cook. I love to travel. I like to spend time with people who do what they love and love what they do. Join me and Elvis for the next 30 minutes as we help you discover how to love life. Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Loving Life. We got some great things planned for you, so you don't want to change your channel. You want to stay right where you're at and find out how you too can start loving life. Hey, for those of you who have been following the Loving Life show, you're going to recognize one of our guests. It's Tom Halleck from Main Street Grill. Tom, how are you?
Good to see you again, Doc.
Good to see you too, man.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me back.
Normally we're behind a counter and actually cooking stuff, but we've got a couple of his friends with us today, Ryan Summers and Franz. I love that name. I'm going to change my name to Franz. What is that?
German.
German, see, it's weird. I could be, and I'm Franz Weir.
I like it.
Franz Probst.
Probst, that's right.
They're part of a team called Team Mirepoix,
Correct.
a cooking competition here in the Raleigh area. Tell me, let's start with Ryan here. How did we get started with it?
Well, I got a call one day. My friend Franz over here, he got invited to this competition, and he kind of assembled this whole thing. He has Southern Foods at his restaurant, and he got invited, and they built a team, and this is our team.
So, like, were you the team captain or something?
Yeah, something like that.
How awesome.
Yeah.
So, when it all came together, the competition is put together by who?
Pete Dawson, Southern Foods, and Jimmy Crippen, who used to own a hotel and like an inn in Boone, and it actually started up in the Boone area, and it used to be called Fire on the Rock.
Fire on the Rock.
And it spread to be a statewide competition, so there's actually 6 now regions, and so we were the Raleigh region winners.
So when you guys got together because you were friends, how did you get this guy involved here?
Well, I know Tom. My wife actually taught his children at school, and we have been frequenting his restaurant for a long time. We actually used to drive up on Sundays about 45 minutes just to get donuts because they're that good.
Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing. And actually, I didn't know Tom as well. I mean, I had met him a few times, but didn't really know quality person and chef that he was until one of my reps told me that I really needed to have a quality pastry chef to move in this tournament, and he was the only person that I knew that.
Gee, thanks.
Not like that. That I knew. I mean, as soon as they said that, I knew who I was going to call.
Right.
So he was actually Ryan was my first call. He was my second, and he was nice enough to do it. So
That's amazing. So how was it working together? Were they
was
easy
awful.
to work with?
No, it was great. It was a real pleasure. You know, we don't, I think we were all on the same page in that we don't get to work with the caliber of chefs that we'd always like to, you know, based on, you know, the financial parameters of what you can afford to have in your kitchen. You know, oftentimes you're compromised with the right amount of qualified staff. So working with 2 people who know exactly what they're doing, and you don't have to watch them, you don't have to check up on them all the time, and being able to bounce ideas off one another, being able to use terms without having to go into great detail.
Right.
It was a pleasure.
Like bowl.
Plate.
Plate.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have to say it in any, you know, we could all speak English.
Yeah. Wow.
It was a plus.
I mean, to be honest, it's funny, and Tom will tell you, like, in the middle of the competition, I would go back and I'd look at him and be like, is that going to set up in time? Is that going to, and he would be like, I got it. And it's strange working with people who have the caliber that they do, that you don't have to, even though it comes, you know, with the job every single day, checking up behind people and checking up to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to, I think he was probably like, get away from me, kid.
Well, I am the senior member on the team, as I'm so often reminded.
So in this competition, they, correct me if I'm wrong, but they just give you some ingredients and tell you to make stuff.
That's exactly right. So we get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. They take us out to breakfast with the other team, and we get to kind of meet them and do whatever. And then when we get back at 11 o'clock, they sit us down and they'll be like, these are the main ingredients that you have to use, whether it be in 2 dishes or 3 dishes. And it was usually, or I guess always, 2 main ingredients. And then they'll give us like 4 or 5 other ingredients that we have to use throughout. And then basically from that point on, we have to do whatever we can, and then service is at 7 o'clock, so we had to be ready to go for dinner.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are standard pantry items, and the fridge is filled, but you can look at the pantry items ahead of time and see what you're working with. You're not allowed to go into the walk-in box and see what's available in terms of sides, vegetables, herbs, fruits, that kind of thing, because that's where they store the main ingredients.
But then you're able to get your wheels spinning.
Yeah, but you're talking about as soon as you get your main ingredients, then there's 6 people rushing into a small cooler that's smaller than this area right here.
Wow.
All trying to divvy up what's available and what we might be able to produce with it.
Wow.
And then we sit down and we brainstorm. We sit down and you said, okay, I've got this idea and this idea. And then throughout the day, you've got until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon before you have to produce a menu. But we've always had our menu pretty much nailed down within a very short time. And then depending on what we have time to get to and how things are going, we can adapt that menu as late as 5 o'clock in the afternoon when we have to turn in our final copy.
Wow.
And then at that point, you're
set.
You're set. Yeah, everything's got to show up on the plates.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Not
challenging.
everything.
It's a little nerve-wracking in the beginning.
Yeah. One of our dishes on it, we forgot something about halfway through. We got reminded that it wasn't on the plate.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, that was.
But when they give you things like curry products, they gave us on the first competition. They gave us a half a dozen curry products. I'm not accustomed to putting curry products in desserts.
Right.
So there are things that throw you for a loop. There were as many as 8 other ingredients on one of the competitions, and then they'll give you a certain amount of ingredients that you get to choose. Depending, you basically draw straws, and then you decide who gets to pick. One person, say there's 2 different kinds of herbs. One person will get to choose what they like. The other team is left with the other one.
Wow.
And so there might be 4 or 5 other things that you have to use. We had some pretty, I would call them fairly strange things.
Yeah.
Especially for an old guy like me, things that I'm not accustomed to working with.
That's okay. Do you
I
need
take
some water? Or
I take a
anything?
lot of heat from these guys.
I noticed that.
He gives just as much as he takes. So I'll tell you.
Okay, now don't change your channel because we're going to be right back. We're going to talk about what they actually cooked and a little bit of their backgrounds. So hang in there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications. With spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you, a lot of times, an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Hey, we're back with Team Mirepoix. Mirepoix actually means Dr. Weir is the best. I don't know why they picked that, but so talk to me a little bit about what you guys actually cooked. I know we don't have to go through everything, but pick one thing that kind of was like, holy cow, what are we going to do?
I don't think we really had any of those moments. We were
So in closing,
no, I thought we were blessed with good ingredients. I mean, the first competition, like I had mentioned, there were those curries, but otherwise, tomato basil was our second competition. That was fairly straightforward, and we were never at a point where we were lost for what to do with an ingredient. It's not like the TV show Chopped, or
Right.
they give you 3 things that just don't fit. And the other, the pantry and the walk-in is so well stocked that it was pretty easy to come up with things. Plus, we're in the middle, right in the harvest season. I mean, we're in September when the competition started, so there was corn, there were peaches, blueberries. I mean, abundance of fresh herbs and fruits, and yeah, but all garden fresh vegetables. The competition, provides us with a kitchen referee, and he's the person who goes out and markets and does shopping for all these ingredients. So the market is right down the street, and he goes out and gets us basically whatever we
Amazing.
are working with that morning.
That is so cool.
Yeah, very cool. A lot of fun.
One of my things that I've said throughout the years in the show is I believe the greatest gift that God has given us is the ability to create. And I think that's the thing I see with you guys is you don't just cook, you create. So you look at different things and create things. When did it start for you?
I honestly remember watching my grandmother cook Thanksgiving dinners and
Wow.
dinners for all of us, and they'd be in there just working. I'd always be just kind of interested in what's going on, whether she was making handmade noodles or just doing the turkey on Thanksgiving. I just wanted to be in there and watch her. It just made her happy to cook that food for everyone.
Yeah.
We just got such pleasure out of it, and I saw that, and I kind of learned that. I started working in restaurants when I was 16. And I always just kind of worked my way up from dishwasher and picked up what I could. And I really got a passion for cooking up in Boone. I was in a bistro, French-Italian bistro, and it just kind of showed me the simplicities of food. And I just fell in love with it, and I've been wanting to do it since. So.
And I think with well-prepared foods, there's so much more taste to it than just something that's just thrown together. And so,
Absolutely.
when did it start for you?
Probably whenever I was 3 or 4 years old. My parents are both artists, so my dad's a potter, and seeing all the beautiful things that he created, they were also very, very, very good cooks, and spent a lot of time. They did a lot of catering in the community. They weren't caterers, but
Sure.
They had really good taste, and they were very good at what they did. So we did a lot of parties growing up, and I remember probably 6 years old rolling spanakopita from scratch and doing those things with my parents. And then kind of growing up, I kind of knew this is what I wanted to do. It was either this or being a pilot, but the first time I flew, I was like, well, I don't want to do that, so I'm doing this. But I really think that having artistic parents that did a lot of traveling whenever we were growing up. I always think it's funny when I tell people that I would get like a Cornish hen in my lunch bag and artichoke, and then kind of pulling it out, looking at it, and putting it back, and just being like, I can't believe my mom packed that for
Trading it
lunch.
for a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
I'd rather have school pizza, but
Yeah.
I mean, because it's kind of embarrassing when you're in middle school and you have a Cornish hen in your lunch
Sure.
box. But it's always been one of those things where it's just I feel like having a dad who was a potter and a very well-known potter actually, and then I kind of think that it's just changing the medium, and I'm just doing it with food. And that's
Exactly.
Kind of how.
Exactly. Kuchen, you make Kuchen?
What?
The German Kuchen?
Oh yeah, I don't make that.
Oh.
He probably could though.
And of course, we know how Tom started when he came over to the house, and I was cooking some things, and he said, "Will you teach me?" And I did.
Yeah, that's how it started, actually.
So how did it start with you, though, really?
Well, I grew up in a family of women cooks. Most of the men in my family were laborers, carpenters, and tradesmen, and the women always cooked and baked, particularly at the holidays. And they were all awesome. One had Christmas, one had Easter, one had Thanksgiving, and it was that. Back in the 60s and 70s, it was a time when, food became industrialized. Things were in cans, Wonder Bread. I mean, shopping centers were, it was different in my house because everything was cooked from scratch. Wow. And I always knew there was a difference between the food that was served at my house and what was served when I went to visit my friends. And I think that struck me at an early age. I had no inkling that I wanted to do it as a career. Actually, it was a fallback after a failed attempt in major university with a bunch of Dad's money, and it turned into a passion that I just never looked back on after that. So it's come to me sort of sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for it. I feel like I get to go to work every day. I don't have to go to work.
And that's a key.
They have to go to work. I don't have to go to work.
When we're his age, I'll do same.
You're able to at that point. So we've won Raleigh. The next step is what?
It is, we actually, because we went ahead and did 3 battles in the Raleigh, we're already in the semifinal, but the semifinal will be in November 13th. And it will be against Charlotte, who has also had 3 battles. Of the 6 regions, there's only 2 that actually had to go through 3 battles to get there. So we're against Charlotte, which has also had 3.
Now, is there a national?
It is just it's a North Carolina only.
Thingamajiggy bob. Wow.
So you have Durham, you have Wilmington, you have Greensboro, you have Winston-Salem, Raleigh, and Charlotte.
Wow.
So, and it'll come down, since there's only 6 teams, like a tennis tournament, it comes down to that 2 teams sort of how to get a bye.
And we can take them out. We'll do it for you. Hey, it's been an honor to be with these guys today. They're incredible. They don't know about this. I'm kind of springing something on them. I'm hoping, you know how I am with the show. I'm not like Ellen or Oprah or anything like that. But we try to do the best. So I've spared no expense. We've brought in an actual gourmet oven, and I'm going to ask them to combine something here and make something for me, if you guys don't mind. A carrot red velvet cake. So don't change the channel, because we'll be right back. Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir from the Loving Life TV show. One of my family's favorite places to eat is Milton's Pizza. If you like good pizza, I'm telling you, they serve the best pizza around. Their salad bar, second to none. Our family is gluten-free, and we can eat there quite easily. You're gonna love Milton's. Take the time to go there and tell them Dr. Tim sent you.
We are Milton's Pizza, and you are watching Loving Life.
Okay, so we're back for the Loving Life cook-off. You ready for this? We're gonna make, these guys are gonna make red velvet and carrot cake, okay?
I'm ready.
We've got gourmet oven here. I brought some ingredients here, and I'm hoping we can make some good stuff. I even got carrots, cream cheese, brought some spoons, cinnamon. I got the grater for the carrots. I thought that would help. Got some bowls here, and a little bit of cocaine. No, that's not. That's
It's a Christian show.
yeah, sugar, walnuts,
Basil?
and I got basil. I thought I would just throw something in there.
Okay.
So, what do you think you guys can do? Can you do it?
You got it.
Absolutely.
How does this turn on?
You got a light bulb in there?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Here
Tom,
we
you're
go.
the baker. Let's go.
I have no idea what you guys want to do here. Really?
Yeah,
For real?
yeah.
Well,
You need some help?
no, I think we need some help. Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't.
Usually I use a mix.
Well,
You add egg and
this is a mix. I see what you work with.
I know.
No.
It's hard.
See why I have to check
Yeah.
up on them all the time?
See, this is get this doing these here.
All right, Ryan, get the grade.
Oh, you know what? We need some water. Can somebody bring some water?
I got some right.
Oh,
I
here,
had some.
yeah.
This is
Oh, they
right
took my
there.
water.
The red velvet cake mix.
Cake mix. Look at this. We got 2 of them. Do you think?
Mini whisks?
No, this is not.
Okay, Ryan, you
Fancy
start with the
stuff.
grading of
Start
the
grading.
carrots.
Grading of the
Start
carrots.
Thank
grading
you.
the carrots.
Okay.
It's like a quality, high quality grader
I'll give you
here.
this one. There's your carrot.
My
There's
goodness.
We'll supervise.
your velvet cake.
That's a great idea.
No,
Team
you're
captain. We're
you're gonna
supervising.
have to do something here.
What do you
I
do?
turned on the
I have
oven.
no idea. Why don't
Okay.
you- Why don't you start
Here,
whipping
I'm
up?
going to read the instructions here. 2 red velvet mixes here. It doesn't even say here,
Smell
man.
it. It's warming up.
Is it
2
warming
red
up?
velvet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some water, probably some eggs, some
no,
oil.
the eggs are in it. Yeah, this is special, man. This is some little kid who's
you have some water?
5's using it.
Okay, some water. And this is my cake pan right here.
That's your cake pan.
Here's your carrots.
Man, how cool is this? 1 tablespoon of water.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? I can
It's not my first day, Doc.
See?
Yeah, he's just a little bit.
With age comes wisdom.
Okay, so we're going to pour it into our little shell here, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Did you put the, you didn't put the
Wait,
carrots in it,
Well,
did
not
you?
yet. We're relaxed.
How about walnuts?
Who's the chef here?
Yeah, okay. See?
Okay, some carrots.
We got some
Beautiful.
carrots. Look at that.
We're going to add some nice fresh carrots in here. Okay.
This is warming up.
It's warming up. I can smell it.
There we go. And then we're going to top it with some walnuts.
Be done here in a second.
How about the frosting? When it's
we're
cooking?
going to work on that.
Yeah.
While this is in the oven. One thing at a time.
Yeah. 10 minutes. We haven't got no
Okay,
10
so
minutes.
this goes in on this end.
Yeah, put it in. And it should have a little thing
Here.
to push it.
Yeah, look at that thing there.
Look at that thing.
Okay, this goes in on this side.
Oh man.
Oh, Lord.
Your
What
nuts
are we going to do, Lord?
I've overfilled.
Yeah. His nuts are too big.
You've never heard that.
Show. Okay, there we go.
Okay, you
And?
got it?
I got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't push it too far. It'll come out over here.
Okay.
All right.
Does it actually come out at both sides?
I think so. Push harder.
I think I got it started.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a conveyor in there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. So now you're going to start the frosting?
Yeah. Frosting.
little bit
Okay,
of
watch how
sugar.
they do this now because this is really important.
Okay. So get some frosting, just a little bit, some confectioner's sugar.
See how Tom just takes over.
Yeah. I like to test stuff first.
If you've seen my kitchen at the grill, it's not much bigger than this.
You're right about that.
Okay.
Messy.
By the
messy,
way, I
messy.
do know that Main Street Grill has incredible carrot cake.
And red velvet cake.
Really?
Yeah.
So now you're going to try mixing the both of them.
And we're
I'm
gonna-
telling you, we're onto something here.
Let's put a little cinnamon in here too. Oh man. Okay. Just
You're going to
because
surprise me like with
it's
the
that
basil?
time of
Is
year.
that-
No, we're not going to do the basil.
No basil?
It's not like that.
He said you had to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say everything had to be in.
Man.
Okay. Nice and light
Frosty.
and creamy. Okay. There we go. We're set.
Yep.
All right.
How's our cake doing? Frosting's ready.
I'm ready to
Cake's
get
out of the
time
way.
lapse on
Carrots are
I
done.
know.
Walnuts are
cooking.
done.
Still cooking.
What do we got? Is it?
Is it on?
It's moving. I think it's moving slowly.
What? Moving?
Yeah,
It moves through there?
I thought it was like a conveyor. Do you have it plugged in?
Is it open on the
Is it
front?
plugged in?
It opens on this side too.
Is it open on the front?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. So what are we expecting then? What is our hope?
A miracle. We're going to need a miracle for this.
Didn't we put one in the oven before we started? So
Yes,
could
we
show-
did.
So I thought we did.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
so-
sure did.
So where is it?
So it's coming out right now.
Okay.
Just finished.
Does it go out this way?
I believe so.
No. No, it's got to come out that way.
I think you have to push it.
This is my granddaughter's oven.
She's going to be upset.
Yeah, she's going to be really.
Ah, she'll have a cake whenever she gets home.
Yeah.
Turn around the other way.
I think if we leave it like this,
There you go. Maybe.
It's stuck in there.
Okay. Where's the one we made ahead of time? Where's the one we made earlier?
I got to be honest with you, I didn't do it. Am I fired?
You were never hired.
Well,
That's what I tell people all the time. They come in, they say, I quit. I said, you weren't even hired yet.
I'm going to judge it all on this.
Okay.
Need a basil.
It needed basil. But, you know, what are you going to do? Thanks, guys.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, we can't wait. It's like 2 days. You have to wait 2 days for that light bulb to heat that up.
What a disappointment.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I'm sorry.
Well, come to the grill and get some.
Okay. This is a great show. Don't change the channel because we got some stuff coming back, okay?
Yeah, we got cake in the oven.
We got cake in the oven. I'm amazed by people through the years who have talked to me and told me, I'm concerned about my life and I'm not in the will of God. That's a common thing that you hear. And you know, I began to realize that the will of God, your design in life for what your plan in life is much like that in a GPS on your car. Have you ever been in your car and had the GPS going and your goal is, for example, to go to the beach? And so you've got it plugged in here, I want to go to the beach. And for some reason or another, you make a wrong turn. That GPS comes in immediately and says, you made a wrong turn. If you'll make a right at the next intersection, turn around, you'll be back on course. It's exactly how it is in life. Whatever your destination is in life, regardless of the turns that you make, there's a GPS that's guiding your life. All you have to do is simply listen. Just take time every day and listen to the GPS that's going on inside your brain. Listen, we get so concerned that God has this specific little thing planned out for us, and if we don't hit that right on, God's mad at us. God's not mad at you. You have got an incredible life ahead of you. Get into the GPS. Listen to good things. Make quiet time for yourself. Get alone. Just listen to the still small voice that's inside you. That's your GPS. Begin to ask questions every single day. What should I do today? Who can I talk to today? Is there somebody out here? Is there somebody that I'm going to meet today that might have a piece in the puzzle of my GPS getting to me to where I want to be? Remember, it's not the destination that you have to worry about. It's this journey. Enjoy the journey. The destination is going to take care of itself. Believe me, you're going to get there with the help of your GPS.
I've been in an accident and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do.
I was in an accident and I don't have insurance. Now what am I going to do?
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir, and if you've been in an accident but you don't have health insurance, it's okay. We accept third-party liens. That means we'll wait for the insurance company to pay us. So if you've been in an accident, call us today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Hey, join us on Facebook. You type in Loving Life with Dr. Weir. You can go to the website, drtimweir.com. I'm going to have their information about their restaurants on there. So if you're in the Raleigh area, if you come over from Rocky Mount, you'll know where to go. All right? You've been a great audience. Thanks for being with me. And until next time, keep loving life. I feel like such a loser.
Huh?
All right. We're done.
That's it?
Okay, we're done.
That was it, really?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like...
Jeez, it's like your first time.
I know.
You've been off. I've been off for a while. Just relax. Take it. You need some water?
And now we gotta figure out how to get it out of there. My daughter has one too. But
I thought you had like a punchline coming.
Tom, we'll be back with you, I know.
I'll see you tomorrow night for dinner.
Okay.